I'm here with the legend, Robert Johnson. We're at his gym, which I call heaven here because it's beautiful here. 64 years old. He looks better than half these 30-year-olds out here walking around. So I'm curious, what got you interested in going into the career of bodybuilding?
Man, because I went into the NFL and I got injured. I had a broken arm. And so during that time, I was on the practice squad doing all that stuff. And so I had time during my off season to try to re-heal my arm. So two of my buddies that I knew in Colorado said, hey Robert, back then everybody called me RoJo, right? So it's like, hey RoJo, so why don't you come train with us? I go, okay, cool, I need to really be able to take this arm anyway. So I started working out with them, and it's like, we're gonna be doing a show here in a little bit at the Rocky Mountain, and you should maybe consider it. I go, dude, I don't even know what, at that time, honestly, I didn't even know what bodybuilding was.
Right.
In 1984, I didn't have a clue what bodybuilding was. And so they started telling me the way of training and all of that stuff. And so I started working out with them, and they started noticing progress. They go, oh, dude, you got to compete. I go, okay, I'll do it.
Right.
I'll do it. I don't know what I'm doing, just didn't want to do. So we worked on all the different poses and all the things I had to do, get my music, choreograph my music to, you know, what I was going to be doing on stage. And I went on stage in 1984. I won my first, I got second in the Rocky Mountain.
Wow.
My first show. My second show was 1 month later, and I won Mr. Colorado. So I was kind of like, I was just kind of caught up in it at that point.
Immediately, pretty much.
And believe it or not, I was doing it during my off season, so I wasn't been able to compete that much.
Right.
But I was only on the league for 5 years, so I didn't have a long time in it. So when I got out of it, it was like my passion. Yeah. And so I just kept on training. I understood the eating habits behind it because my nutrition, I have a nutrition degree, and I have a rehab minor. So I have all that stuff connected, so I understood it. But there's a lot of things that I've learned from friends about actually training as a bodybuilder, because the things I know now, I wish I knew that in the beginning, because your back, like they say in the world of bodybuilding, you win the show from the rear.
Right.
And I didn't know anything about how much you should train your back. I always had legs just because of running in football, but I didn't know about all that back. So my back was always my weak point, but I had a small waist, so it made me look bigger than I really was. So I was able to do well, but I competed from 1984 all the way up until just last year, this year actually, September, my last show in San Antonio. And as a master, when you can start competing at 60 plus. And so I enjoyed that. And life just kind of, my whole background just brought me into this world. And I don't see myself doing anything outside of it because I enjoy it. It's more of a passion than a job. Yeah. And I get a chance to meet people like you guys. Yeah. And we sit and we shoot the shit, and we just talk about history.
Good shit. So, question, what is the worst advice you ever got as far as going into that world, or whether it's before a competition or just general knowledge?
The worst thing I was ever told when I first started the game about my food intake, right? Everyone tried to tell me that I needed to be above the rim in eating food. I had never been a big eater. Right. So I always thought I was lacking, because I wasn't the guy who could sit down and eat, big old meals that are like 800 calories, 600 calories. I was never that guy. Right. And so I find that was just a myth, because if you're eating all the proper foods at the right time, your body's going to utilize those foods instead of just having a lot of food in your system. And if you're not utilizing it, we know it goes to waste. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, that was bad advice for me in that point. The other bad advice was that how soon I should have went on steroids, right? And so I'm just a true believer, man. I have a magazine, a book right over there of me when I competed in all of my natural shows until I started using the drugs at age 54, my TRT stuff. Right. And then, I got, like I said in my last post on there, I said I went a little bit above because I was competing. Right. So I had to do what I had to do. It's like in any sport. If you run in track, he got gold shoes, you better get gold shoes, because right? You can't keep up. Yeah. And so, I learned that if you got a great physique, you can go a long ways before you have to introduce the drugs. You can. And so I did that, and I had some friends in San Diego. We was all so tight. They go, hey man, you should try to go pro since you have the physique for this new class. And it was called Classic Physique. And I just decided, okay, I'll do it. And I kept telling everyone, I'm only gonna go one time. Because people kept going, they come back and go, oh, I got second, oh, I got third. I go, I know I'm not ready then, because I'm looking at them going, man, you guys are on point. And so when I decided to go, which was 2016, and that's on my YouTube channel, it shows that I was the first 40 and the first 50 and the overall first ever in Pittsburgh to win a classic physique. So I was very happy about that. Yeah. And so when I came back, I realized that in order for me to compete with the big boys, I had to jump on that train.
It's true.
And I did.
That's awesome. So another question, what would you say is one of the biggest misconceptions that people misunderstand or assume mythical about the bodybuilding world?
That everybody's on drugs. As soon as they see someone who's muscular and they look good, they go, what you taking? What are you on? they don't even, and it's so appreciated, but non-appreciated, if that makes sense. It's okay if you're natural and someone says, you look like you're on steroids. Thank you very much. That means I've been working my ass off. But then the other side of it is that people don't appreciate the work that athletes, even on the drugs, have to put into it to make it happen. You don't just take a shot and go, I'm gonna grow.
Not a magic pill.
No, it don't work that way. So you still gotta put in the work. You're just enhancing your ability to put it on faster because you're trying to make a bunch of money from it.
Yeah.
And that's part of the game plan, man. So there's no hate on me or anyone on the outside world who think that because they don't know the game.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is.
So what would a typical week look like pre-competition, leading up to the competition?
For me, everybody's a little bit different. On the Saturday before the Saturday of the show, you start to go in what we call peak week.
Okay.
And peak week for me, the way I run my thing is this. On that Sunday, I cut out all of my carbs and I go into my protein and my fats, which usually I'm pretty basic, which is either fish and that avocado you spoke about, or is it chicken, one of the two. Most of the time I may split it up a little bit, but it's gonna be one of the two all the way until Friday.
Gotcha.
Right, so now I've depleted myself, and what the depletion factor means is that once you empty your glycogen stores, and it's kind of contradicting to it all, but when you start to carb back up on Friday, because your glycogen stores are empty, it allows your body to fill up even more. Okay. So when you're to continue on with that week in general, it's just high intensity training from Monday, Tuesday, and then you start cutting back on Wednesday, but yet you're still working out. Your cardio is just about over, and then on Thursday you're doing a lot of posing, and that posing side of it starts 3 months before. You're posing every day just to be comfortable on stage, but it really kicks in when you're just squeezing your muscle groups just to try to empty those glycogen stores and let them know we've been getting ready to fill you back up on Friday, right? Some of the guys, just to add a little bit to that, some of the guys will start carbing up on Wednesday. And I always thought that people start carbing up early because they don't want to like stay on that, that low food calorie count, right? So people start carbing up early. But you know, everybody, like I said, everybody's different. Everybody got different ways to it. But I always did mine on Friday, and it never let me spill over. And what spill over means that your body starts to retain fluid because of all of the food that you're eating, and next you know, you start to smooth out. Right. So that's what they call overspilling. But mine would just be straightforward, like I stated. On Friday, I will start eating my carbohydrates that morning. And I'm dehydrated because my water intake was discontinued at Thursday at 6 p.m. Take a diuretic. Now you pissed out all of your water. You wake up, you're dry, and you're starting to put in the carbs, and then your body starts to fill out, and you get veiny, and you start going, oh wow, this looks really good. Right. And then you just kind of like wait for the next morning to go for it. But the calorie intake at that point is like 5,000 calories on Friday. Just consisting of carbs. Yeah. So it's a little science behind it.
So what would you say is the most underrated tool in the gym to start achieving success?
Underrated tool to start achieving. I would say dumbbells is probably the most easiest thing. Yeah. Right. And I wouldn't say that it's underrated because it's such a necessary tool that I don't think anyone can walk in the gym and go, oh, I did just this one thing and I made this big old change. Right. That ain't happening, right? So everything has its balance, meaning from doing cable work to doing free weights in general. But if you're gonna say, I wanna make a quick change in something, and you got dumbbells, you can do dumbbell curls, you can do bench press, you can do deadlifts, you can do so many things with the dumbbells to where it's utilized a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think another thing, because like the medals speak for itself in here, you know, the conversations we've had, what would some of your advice be to somebody who wants to get started in this world?
Well, in the world of fitness, it's just a mindset that I want to change, I want to look good.
Right.
In the world of competition, there's a lot of things that need to be sit down with your coach, or you need to read about it or something, because there's a lot of sacrifice when you say I want to become a bodybuilder.
Right.
All those going out at night, hanging out with the friends, doing all that stuff, eating all the crap food, that's gone. Being able to tell your significant other, I can't go to that place anymore, I can't go eat there anymore, but we can go and go here, or I go with you, but I'm going to eat my own meals, that type of thing. The sacrifice in time, meaning that there's no making up. You're either all in, both feet, no toe dipping, or you're all out. Because the guy in that other gym is all in.
Yeah.
And so you got to be able to want to really give it 100%. It's just a complete life change for anyone when you say, I want to actually compete, because mindset is different. There's no more excuses. So
it sounds like also, as well, those things, having an emotional support system is just as important as dedication to yourself.
Yeah, your partnership, the people out there supporting you is just as important.
Right.
Because the bottom line is the last thing you want to do is come to the gym and your honey is going, why you got to go to the gym all the time? You know what I mean? You don't want that ever, right? And so if she's backing you and pushing you and going, that makes life so much easier.
Right.
And I just think that coaches, people who cheer you on, everybody that's involved is the most important people in that circle to make sure that we're going to cause you just less stress as possible so that we can make you the best that you can be. And you got a whole team of people doing that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the people you went into this world that introduced you, are you still friends with them after all these years?
Absolutely not. I couldn't even tell you where they are. Because it was, you know how it is. It's like going to college, man. You go to college, you go, oh, brother, we're going to keep in touch. And you go, dude, what? Where you at? You know, it's that kind of thing.
Well, I think, too, just from hearing your story, getting to know you, your dedication to this world is massive. And I think some people may not have the same type of energy or wanted to keep that kind of discipline on wanting to achieve these goals as you, so you have to cut them off, too.
Sure. Anybody that takes you down the wrong track, that you will allow them to take you down the wrong track, and you don't want to hurt their feelings, you got to go, I got to do this for 9 months, man. I'm not leaving you, but this is where I got to go do my thing.
Right.
And if they're your friend, they're going to go, okay, man, we don't have to do all that crazy stuff. I'm just going to come by and watch the game with you, and we can sit and kick it. Then it's cool. But yeah, there are some people who will talk to athletes, especially competitors, and go, what are you, some type of gym freak? You know, what do you got this health kick going on all the time? And those are the people you just want to go, you know what? Let's close this door, and we're done, right? And then you move on. But it's, you know, it's, my wife and I always say is that keep your circle small and your vision clear, and you won't deal with those people in your circle.
That's very true.
Right? They're not there. So it's like everybody in my circle, not all are involved in fitness, but they know what I do and they respect it.
Absolutely.
Right? My wife is my biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
So I can't complain about anything, and I guess that's why I don't stress. I feel good.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm 64. I do get up in the mornings and go, man, why am I walking like that for 3 minutes? And then I stand up and go, oh, nah, I'm okay.
So is she a bodybuilder herself?
No, but we work out together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's not a every day, all day type of thing, because she works at 8 o'clock and I'm here till 8 o'clock, but we both will get some workout in somewhere.
That's awesome. It's a good thing to have a cheerleader like that, because
she's my rock when it comes to all that stuff, for sure.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody who starts coming in the gym, it's just on a fitness level, on if they start getting discouraged easily and I don't see any results, or this is just, I don't know if I'm doing it right, or is this really going to go anywhere? What would you say to them to encourage them? I would
remind them of when they first came in here, the things that they couldn't do. You remember when you first came in here, you could barely do 5 pounds, now you're doing 10. I think that's the progress, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And you know, it's the little things like that, that's all it takes to trigger. I'm the coach I'm the type of person / coach who's gonna go, there are some positives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Only time people quit is because their outside world make them quit.
Yeah.
Not because of me in here.
Right.
Because they're going to leave here going, oh yeah, I feel so good about that. And then other people are, no, I don't see it. I don't know why he's telling you that, blah, blah, blah. And then they get discouraged. So it's dependent on who they feel the most power from, and then they do it. But I always tell people, and I show them their progress charts.
Yeah. Because I remember when I first met you, you even said, we shook hands, you have a friend with me, you have a friend for life.
Yeah.
So I don't think you would ever get that vibe where you would, you're right though. You tell them 5 pounds is 10 pounds, 15 pounds, you're better when you started.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I really like that a lot.
And I think to add to that, brother, I believe that most people come in with the facade that they see and hear from influencers. Do this tummy exercise and you will have abs in 5 weeks, right?
Right.
And then they don't see it, they go, how do they do it? I must not be doing it right.
Right.
Not telling them, and you need to do cardio, and you need to eat, and you need to get some rest, and you to get like this in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And people get lost in translation. So as soon as they walk in here with me, I go, look, give me 90 days and I'll change your life forever. But I need you to be on my team and follow every little step as though you're guiding me, because I'm gonna give you the directions to go. And then that's how I make it work.
Transparency on both sides.
Absolutely.
That's the only way it's gonna work.
All the way.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Do you see yourself going for more years, like as far as like competition-wise?
My wife says I do, but I don't think I do. And the reason why, and I'll tell everybody out there in TV land, I am 64 years old. Yes, I've taken drugs to keep me on stage.
Right.
I'm no longer doing that shit anymore. I'm taking what I need to keep me functioning every day. And because I built so much muscle during my natural phases of my life when I wasn't doing anything, and then my 10 years of whatever I went with dabbling in and out, that I still never ever went above the rim.
Gotcha.
I took the minimum of the minimum.
Okay.
And I got my blood checked and all that stuff right there. So I wasn't second guessing anything.
Yeah.
But at this point now in my life, I already realized that some people will continue to do what they do. No, nothing but love to them at my age. So why would I go to a party that I'm the smallest man in the club, right? I don't want to be that guy. And I already know that people who are competing at my age, there's some guys out there you look at, you go, you 60 what? And they're like jacked and they look great and all that stuff is happening, but I don't care to take my system through that.
No, I remember when my business partner Eli was telling me, yeah, there's this guy, you know, we need to go talk to him, get to know him. And then he showed me a picture. I said, this guy is 64.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
So I just respect the fact that I have put in the work.
Yeah.
And I'm still putting in the work to keep me upright and to do what I love and to teach people. So atrophy and all that stuff that people see and people who say, oh, they was this big and now they're this big. Yeah, but they came down to healthy.
Right.
They're now healthy and they're doing their thing and they still look muscular. They're just not the 280-pound person on stage anymore.
Absolutely.
But, so it's a way of staying healthy and it's a way to move forward. So to answer your question, no, my wife says I will, but I don't think I will, and because I just want to just be right here.
So regardless you compete or not, the gym is always going to be a part of you in your everyday routine.
Oh, this is life, man.
Yeah.
This is not even work to me. My thing and my whole coming up with this whole project was that my wife and I both decided that we want a gym we can train in.
Right.
Well, I don't care how many people come. Let's get us a place where we can go and say, this is our gym. So we put this together, and then I started getting people starting to come in.
Right.
God has this way, man. God has this way when your faith is good,
right,
and you know everything happens in time, that it will work. And this is where all this been fed to me, constantly people coming in, people who I don't know, I go, how did you hear about me? Or I just went onto Instagram and I went onto YouTube and I went onto your business page and your profile and I asked for trainers and then I just started popping up. So. Yeah. You know, that's just how those things are. So what I do here, my friend, it's something that I feel as though I'm blessing others because they come in here lost souls. They come in here lost souls going, I've been doing this forever. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm really tired of feeling this way. And if I can change their whole mindset and they walk out that door going, oh, I did it, oh, I did it. It's better than riding in their car going, I hate life right now.
Well, I'm sure part of that does feel rewarding though.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
So people who are looking for you on the internet, how can they find you? Social media, Facebook?
Yeah, you can go to my business page, Robert Johnson Training, or you can go to my website, Robert Johnson Training. I made it very easy for everybody. They can go to Instagram, it's the legend Robert Johnson.
Yeah.
They can go to my second page on Instagram, Robert Johnson Training. So I'm real easy to find, and you can Google me, and if you Google me, you're gonna see what I've done.
Well, that's it. That's it. We got some questions and answers we had done. I feel alive in here. I'm gonna start not being a hypocrite. I'm gonna start working out too, but you heard it yourself. This is the man. I love his vibe and energy. Come in here, check him out, because you know I do nothing but authenticity. So here it is. Anything else you want to say to the camera? It's all you.
What I would like to say is this: if you're looking for an opportunity to just change your life, fitness-wise, that I'm willing to give you those couple of sessions on me, just so we can figure out where you are, and that way we can determine on the things that you need, whether you can come train with me or not. I will give you some ideas to take with you, and then hopefully you know someone else who can come and wants to be here, and send them to me. But other than that, I'm not going to get rich making this at this place, people. I am not going to get rich here, but what I will do, I get rich in my soul, because I'm actually giving you guys an opportunity to come in my facility, work out a couple days with me, just to have an idea. So when you go to one of these local gyms on your own, that you're not confused. You're not that person who's walking around looking at all the equipment and you leave there and go, I didn't get anything out of it. So whether you're at another gym, wherever you're at, come let me give me 2 days with you, and then you can go from there. Peace.